Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I am going to be looking at my top 5 novel to film adaptations. In every single one of these cases, I've read both the novel and watched the movie. There are some movies that I've watched where I haven't read the book, but they are good movies, so I'm not including those on this list. And I found that both were similar in quality, great quality in each case, and little to no drop off between novel to film as you might usually see. As my 5th favorite novel to film adaptation, I have Solaris. I actually watched the film before I read the book, and it was an incredible experience doing both, but it really helped when I read the novel several months later, as it has a lot of really heady stuff in it. It's about a planet that is a form of life and the scientists who are stationed there. And I actually did a full reading corner video on it. I'll probably link to that in the description, so you guys can go watch that if you want, and on the end title page as I am talking about that in this video. For my 4th favorite combo here, I have Call Me By Your Name, the novel by Andre Osman, written in an incredible, really well-flowing style, first person. You really get into the thoughts of the main character, Elio. It's about Elio, who is visited by a grad student who comes to live with them, and his relationship with that grad student, and his their affair that kind of blossoms in that time. And given how well the prose is written in the book, how much internal dialogue there is, I didn't actually expect the movie to be nearly as great of a representation as it was, given that, and it absolutely did a fantastic job at translating to screen what I thought could definitely not be translated to screen. And there's a one scene between Elio and his father towards the end of the book. I don't want to spoil anything, but it is excellently done in the movie as well, and that scene really just carries a very powerful punch. So definitely recommend both reading the book and watching the film. My 3rd favorite adaptation is the original War of the Worlds film from 1953, based on the novel by H.G. Wells. Obviously, the novel, an iconic book, and it is just about an alien invasion of Earth, and all a character follows the characters within that alien invasion. And though the movie kind of changes some things, it takes place in Southern California, Hollywood area, instead of London in the movie, but other than that, really keeps true to form in many ways. And the special effects and visuals and the Technicolor was really unique for that time. And when you watch it, you wouldn't think, oh, this film is, you would think, you would know that this is from 1953, but you would still be wowed by just how engaging the visuals of this very complex alien invasion are at that time. My 2nd favorite adaptation combo is The Age of Innocence, directed by Martin Scorsese, and the novel by Edith Wharton. And it is about 19th century high society in Manhattan, and follows Newland Archer, who is engaged to be married to May Welland, but also falls in love with the Countess Ellen Olenska, and there's kind of a love triangle going on, and Newland has to decide what he's going to do with his life. Spoiler alert here, doesn't really end up making much of a decision, and just decides to marry May, but at the same time harbors feelings for Ellen. So Edith Wharton, who wrote the novel, is a master in sublime drama. There's some other books from her. Ethan Frome is an incredible novella, and so definitely recommend reading a lot of Edith Wharton's works, because it's a very incredible style of writing, very, very incredible drama, and it's not too over the top, but also just captures human emotions very, very well. On the other side, Scorsese directed a beautiful movie, great for the period, and the acting, as always, is incredible from Daniel Day-Lewis. My number 1 novel to film adaptation is the incredible novel 1984 by George Orwell, and the film I am referring to is the 1984 film called 1984, directed by Michael Radford. And the novel is obviously one of the most iconic, probably the most iconic dystopian novel of all time, and is about the three major powers and takes place in Oceania and during a war-torn London, and follows Winston, who works in the Ministry of Truth and has a forbidden love affair. A lot can be said about the principles and the ideas explored in 1984 and the questions about government and society, etc., etc. All that's been talked about at length and is not really the content of this video. What I do want to say is just how incredible the film sets the mood, and just how this was the only case, I swear, where it was exactly as I imagined it in my head, was how the movie was set. And I watched it with a couple friends and they pretty much said the same thing. So I just think the director's brilliance here shines through, where it kind of takes over your imagination and does a really, really good job at it. Leaves some things out, but depicts the most important things and depicts them in such a way as it was described in the novel, with a very dark, brooding tone. So it's a very perfect film to watch, and if you've read 1984, you really will appreciate it. That is my 5 favorite novel to film adaptations. I want to know in the comments section below what your favorite novel to film adaptations are, and I want to watch those films. And so I will. You challenge me with it, I will watch them. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to see when I post new content. And have a wonderful day, guys.